Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. We talk a lot about love and relationships here, and how important they are in our lives. We all want that fairy tale romance, right? But let's be honest, even in the happiest relationships, we're not always going to agree on everything. And you know what? That's okay. Sometimes a little disagreement can actually be a good thing. I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out. When we approach conflict in a healthy way, it can actually bring us closer together. It's all about communication, respect, and understanding. So today, we're diving deep into the surprising benefits of healthy conflict in relationships. We're talking about 7 reasons why a little disagreement can actually make your love even stronger. Get ready to take some notes, people, because this is good stuff. Chapter 1. Better communication. Speak your truth. Okay, first things first. Communication is key in any relationship, right? It's the foundation that everything else is built on. Without it, misunderstandings and conflicts can easily arise. And when we disagree, it forces us to actually talk to each other, to really listen to what the other person is saying. This is where true understanding begins. It's like, hold on, you see it how? Tell me more about that. This curiosity can open doors to deeper connections. And when we feel safe to express our thoughts and feelings openly and honestly without judgment or fear of starting a big fight, that's when the magic happens. It's a beautiful thing. It's like clearing the air, Suddenly, you're not just talking at each other. You're actually connecting, understanding where the other person is coming from. This mutual understanding is the essence of a strong relationship. And that, my friends, is priceless. It's the glue that holds everything together. Think of it like this. Those couples who never seem to argue and you're like, are they for real? Sometimes it seems too good to be true. Well, sometimes that silence can mean things are getting swept under the rug. Avoiding conflict doesn't make it go away. And we all know what happens when things pile up under there. Not pretty. It can lead to bigger issues down the line. So don't be afraid to speak your truth, people. It's the only way to keep things real and healthy. It might be a little uncomfortable at first, but trust me, it's worth it in the long run. Open, honest communication is the key to lasting happiness. Chapter 2. Understanding perspectives. Walking in your partner's shoes. You know that saying, walk a mile in someone else's shoes? It's a simple phrase, but it holds a lot of wisdom. When we take the time to understand where someone else is coming from, we open ourselves up to a whole new world of empathy and connection. Well, healthy conflict is kind of like that. It gives us a chance to see the world through our partner's eyes, to understand their perspective, even if we don't agree with it. This doesn't mean we have to change our own views, but it does mean we can appreciate where they're coming from. Think about it. We all come from different backgrounds, different experiences. These unique histories shape how we see the world and how we react to different situations. So of course we're going to see things differently sometimes. It's only natural. But these differences don't have to drive us apart. Instead, they can bring us closer together if we handle them with care. But when we approach conflict with curiosity instead of judgment, it's amazing what we can learn about each other. Curiosity opens the door to deeper understanding and connection. It's like, oh, that's why you feel so strongly about this. It reminds you of that time when, suddenly, a lot of things start to make sense. Suddenly, their reaction makes so much more sense. And with that understanding, we can respond with more compassion and less frustration. And that kind of understanding can make all the difference in the world. It can turn a potential argument into a moment of connection. It's like that time Portia and I were planning a trip, and I wanted to go somewhere adventurous, like ziplining through the rainforest. I was all about the thrill and excitement. Portia, on the other hand, wanted something a little more relaxing, like lounging on a beach with a good book. She craved peace and tranquility. At first, I was like, come on, live a little. I couldn't understand why she wouldn't want the same adventure I did. But then I realized Portia's idea of a dream vacation is my idea of utter boredom, and vice versa. We had completely different needs and desires for our time off. We had to find a way to meet in the middle, to find something we both enjoyed. And in doing so, We learned a lot about each other and grew even closer. Chapter 3. Strengthening bonds. We're in this together. You know those couples who've been together for like a million years, and they're still so in love? I bet they've had their fair share of disagreements along the way. But you know what? They worked through them together. And that's the key, right there. When we face challenges as a team, when we support each other through thick and thin, it creates this incredible bond. It's like we can get through anything as long as we have each other. Think of it like this. Remember that time you built a pillow fort with your best friend when you were kids? Remember how much fun it was to work together, to problem solve, to create something amazing? Well, healthy conflict is kind of like that. It's about building something stronger, something more resilient together. Chapter 4. Personal growth. Becoming the best version of you. Now, I'm all about self-improvement. I mean, who doesn't want to be the best version of themselves, right? And you know what? Healthy conflict can actually help us get there. Think about it. When we're forced to confront our own beliefs and behaviors, when we're challenged to see things from a different perspective, it can be a real wake-up call. It's like, oh wow, I didn't realize I was coming across that way. Or, maybe I need to be more mindful of how my actions affect my partner. It's not always easy to hear, but trust me, it's valuable information. It helps us grow, to evolve, to become more empathetic and understanding partners. Chapter 5. Building trust and respect. The foundation of a strong relationship. Trust and respect are like the foundation of any strong relationship, right? Without them, it's like trying to build a house on sand. It just won't stand the test of time. And you know what? Healthy conflict can actually help us build those things. It might sound counterintuitive, but it's true. Think about it. When we allow our partners to express themselves freely, without interrupting or getting defensive, it shows that we respect their opinions, even if we don't agree with them. This kind of open communication is crucial, and when we listen with an open mind, when we try to see things from their perspective, it builds trust. It's about creating a safe space where both partners feel heard and valued. It's like saying, I hear you, I see you, and I value what you have to say. This simple act can make a world of difference. It's like that time Portia and I were disagreeing about, well, it doesn't really matter what it was about. What mattered was how we handled it. The point is, we were both getting a little heated. Emotions were running high, and it was easy to get caught up in the moment. But then, Portia stopped and said, you know what? I hear what you're saying, and I respect your opinion. That simple acknowledgement changed everything. Can we just agree to disagree on this one? It was a moment of clarity and mutual respect. And you know what? That's exactly what we did. And it was fine. We moved past it and grew stronger together. Because at the end of the day, our respect for each other is more important than winning an argument. It's about building a partnership that can weather any storm. Chapter 6. Resolving underlying issues, clearing the air. Sometimes disagreements are about more than just the issue at hand, you know? Sometimes they're a sign of something deeper going on. It's like that saying, it's not about the dishes, it's about feeling unappreciated. And you know what? Healthy conflict can actually help us get to the root of those underlying issues. It's like, okay, why are we really fighting about this? What's really going on here? It's like that time Portia and I were arguing about, well, it wasn't about the laundry. I'll tell you that much. But after talking it through, we realized that I was feeling stressed about work, and Portia was feeling overwhelmed with everything else going on. Once we identified the real issue, we could actually start addressing it. And that's the beauty of healthy conflict. It helps us clear the air, to communicate our needs, and to find solutions together. Chapter 7. Resilience, bouncing back stronger. You know what they say? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? And you know what? The same goes for relationships. When we face challenges together, when we work through conflicts in a healthy way, it makes our bond even stronger. It's like, we've been through a lot together, and we're still standing. We can handle anything. Think of it like this. Remember that time you fell off your bike and scraped your knee? It hurt like crazy, right? But then, you got back on that bike and kept riding. And you know what? You were even more careful the next time around. Well, healthy conflict is kind of like that. It might sting a little at first, but it teaches us valuable lessons about ourselves, about our partners, and about how to navigate challenges together. So there you have it, folks. 7 reasons why a little healthy conflict can actually be a good thing for your relationship. We talked about how it can improve communication, deepen understanding, strengthen your bond, promote personal growth, build trust and respect, resolve underlying issues, and make your relationship more resilient. So the next time you and your partner disagree about something, don't shy away from the conversation. Embrace it. Approach it with an open mind, a loving heart, and a willingness to see things from each other's perspective. You might be surprised at what you learn about each other and about yourselves. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more relationship advice. And remember, a little disagreement can go a long way in building a stronger, happier, and more fulfilling relationship.